TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Ask any parent and they'll tell you finding affordable and flexible daycare is tough, especially for parents who don't work a 9-to-5 job. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Mike has the evening off. ABC 123 Child Enrichment Center opened Monday in Dilworth, and it provides flexible hours. Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic tells us how this new child care is life-changing for some parents.
The need for child care in the Fargo-Moorhead area continues to grow, especially for parents who work irregular hours.
I work every weekend, which makes it extremely difficult to find childcare. Nothing's open. If they are open, it's for shorter hours, and then there's definitely nothing open on Sundays.
According to the Urban Institute, 1 in 5 parents in the U.S. work outside of the traditional 9-to-5 schedule. ABC 123 Child Enrichment Center is a new daycare that offers parents more flexibility for their child care.
Anybody who's not working those typical day hours of 8 to 5, it's really a great opportunity. And although we are in Dilworth and it's kind of a drive, it's worth it when you don't have to beat traffic to get here by, 6 o'clock.
Open 7 days a week from 5 a.m. until midnight, the center offers full and part-time care, as well as weekend and night care for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers.
I have quite a few people that come, after 6 p.m., they stay till 8, even 11 p.m. And then I have quite a few on the weekends, too, that need Saturday and Sunday care because they work.
This new option has been gaining a lot of attention. The daycare also uses the app Bright Wheel, so parents can keep track of their kids.
You check him in on the app, and then I can see how much he ate throughout the day. I can see when his nap started, when his nap ended, wet diapers, dirty diapers. So as a mom, that's really nice because I feel like I'm kind of included in his care. Because
when it comes to your child's care, every detail matters. In Dilworth, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
ABC 123 Child Enrichment Center tells us it has 15 available spots left for kids of any age. If you would like more information or to enroll your child, go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. 6 people are facing drug charges after Fargo police conducted a search warrant in the 1900 block of 54th Avenue South in South Fargo. Police found marijuana and ecstasy pills and arrested the 6 individuals. Officers tell us one of the most serious charges they could face is intent to distribute within 1,000 feet of a school. The individuals' names have not been released yet. Fargo police are looking for a 25-year-old man after an arrest warrant was issued relating to the death of a former NDSU student. Joseph Greenman is facing a number of charges. Court documents say he moved the body of Casey Jo Schulte knowing she had died in an unusual or suspicious manner. Documents go on to say Greenman was the first to discover the dead body and did not immediately report it. Police also say they found drugs on him. All the counts he's facing are misdemeanor charges. Court documents say Schulte's injuries appear to be consistent with a hanging and that it was probably a suicide. Schulte's mom, Shelley Elkington, says her daughter was the victim of opiate overprescribing, an addiction that wasn't her fault. She was attending NDSU when she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease and lived in constant pain. Schulte was prescribed painkillers and was soon addicted to them. Although she doesn't think she'll ever find closure, Elkington is turning her pain into advocacy. She's been working with U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar on a bill that would address the opiate epidemic. Meanwhile, Greenman has spent time in prison for drug use, domestic violence, and also violating protection orders. Greenman told police he and Schulte were dating and he couldn't get a hold of her. Documents also say he had given a fake name to investigators. Also, if you know someone who is struggling with thoughts of suicide, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The number is right there at the bottom of your screen, or you can dial 211. A Fargo man is behind bars after police say he stabbed another man in downtown Fargo last night. Police arrested 58-year-old Herbert Brady on an aggravated assault charge. Valley News Live reported on a similar incident involving Brady almost a year ago, where Brady was arrested for another stabbing downtown after a fight with someone he knew. But that was ruled as an act of self-defense. Police say the victim from last night's stabbing is expected to be okay. Red River Regional Dispatch is working on a new way for you to report an emergency. It's called Next Generation 911, and it's a text messaging service that could help bring safety to more people. Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons explains.
Calling in emergencies could soon become a thing of the past with Next Generation 911.
Next Generation 911 is the ability to be able to text to a 911 service where now people can only call in.
The North Dakota Association of Counties and Red River Regional Dispatch Center have been working on this project for a year and a half now.
We have been in the process of building a statewide network that will permit new types of media from the public. So that initially is going to include text messages, so SMS messages. Someday we'll be allowed to also carry like pictures and videos.
When Next Generation 911 texting fully becomes available, it will make seeking emergency help easier for a new group of people.
If they were in a domestic violence situation or an abduction situation, that they would maybe want to text as opposed to talk, giving away their position, the fact that they're communicating with authorities.
NG911, as it's called, will also allow dispatchers to communicate with those with special needs.
The speech and hearing impaired community will find it incredibly helpful to be able to text 911. They'll have access in a way that they had not had before.
You won't need a phone app for Next Generation 911, but there will be some limitations, including that text messages can only be 160 characters and delivery can be delayed. Because it's not up and running yet, if you try to text your emergency to 911, you will receive an auto reply telling you to make a 911 voice call.
We are certainly trying to encourage folks to text if they can't communicate. But voice calls are still the best method.
Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
Next Generation 911 will also give dispatchers and emergency responders more accurate call locations because of GPS in cell phones. It still has up to 6 more months of testing. The Red River Regional Dispatch hopes to have it up and running by the end of this year. Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton delivered his State of the State address earlier this evening, where he touched on everything from embracing diversity and religious freedom in Minnesota to investing more in early childhood education and developing clean energy jobs. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hocker joins us live with highlights from the speech. Cornelius?
Andrea, Governor Dayton managed to cover a wide range of topics during tonight's State of the State address. However, one of the more contentious moments came when Dayton called out House Republicans for delaying a bill that would extend benefits to laid-off steelworkers.
Starters, I will hold the House Republicans to their commitments the last couple of months to provide 26 weeks of extended unemployment benefits retroactively to those good men and women on the Iron Range. If you keep those promises and send the Iron Range families the unemployment benefits they need and have earned, I will sign that legislation next week. If you don't, it will be a broken promise that people will long remember.
On ValleyNewsLive.com, you can find a link to the entire address along with transcripts of his remarks. Andrea?
All right, thank you, Cornelius. And be sure to watch The Valley today for more highlights from Governor Dayton's address. A Minnesota-based blood center is one of only a handful of blood providers across the U.S. to be chosen to provide products to Zika-impacted Puerto Rico. Memorial Blood Centers in the Twin Cities has announced that beginning Saturday, blood products from Minnesota will be shipped directly to San Juan for the next 5 weeks or so.
Valley